I want to say thank you to Lee's Market for furnishing us some refreshments which are available after our speakers and unveiling. So please help yourselves to the table over on the left. We want to thank the Senator's office, Senator Roderick sent Jennifer. Where are you, Jennifer? Raise your hand. There you are. Jennifer Lorenzo. Thank you. Sent Skylar Cowley in his place. Both had commitments this afternoon and couldn't make it, but they wanted to make sure that they had someone here to represent them because they felt it was very important to them. We extended an invitation to Governor Charlie Baker and the Lieutenant Governor Polito, and they sent their sincere regrets. They could not make it this afternoon. They had prior commitments. The the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs Secretary Kathleen Theoharides could not make it as well, and she sends her regrets. We're going to have a few people speak on our project, and I would like to first introduce Shauna Schufelt, who is the chair of the Westport Selectmen.
Thank you. I first want to say thanks to the weather for clearing up. It didn't look so good this morning, but I'm glad it picked up for this afternoon. I'm really excited. Such a long time. People can't really remember how long it's at least a decade and maybe longer than a decade. So thanks to everybody who made this slowly. It's one of the most frustrating things about government, but I think it also can do some good things when people get together and you get somebody with commitment and passion and dedication that can then push these things forward. When you try to thank people, you're going to miss somebody, so I run a risk here of failing to recognize some people, but I want to just talk about some of the other people that are on this list that Lucy provided me today. So I feel like I didn't actually do anything, so I'm a little concerned about being before you here today, but I do want to thank my fellow select board members. I know Dick Brewer is here. I don't know if anyone else. Dick is our representative on the Energy Committee. And then we have Tim King from the Town Administrator's Office. Obviously, we're here at the transfer station, so we have to acknowledge the Board of Health. So we have Phil Weinberg and Maury May from the Board of Health, and then Matt Armendo. I don't know exactly what Matt... He was moving a table with the refreshments earlier, so he's responsible for the coffee. But I know you guys must have been working really hard on the details, so thank you for that. We obviously have the Energy Committee. We have Tony Connors, Max Kohlenberg back there. We have Buzz Brownlee, Buzzy Barron on the Energy Committee. And probably others of you have been on the Energy Committee, maybe not currently. And then also the Planning Board. We have Jim Whiten is here. Jim. Bob Daler, and our newest planning board member, John Bullard. And David Cole. David, there you are. The fancy yellow glasses there, David. And then also, I understand we have a lot of people here from the Neighborhood Association. So I know probably other people were involved, and we appreciate it. I think this is going to be a really exciting project. We have here today Cleo Taliadoris of Amerisco. He's going to tell us a little bit more about the project.
Here for the groundbreaking ceremony of this important project, and also for kicking off our long-term partnership with the town of Westport. I'd like to thank and commend the town administration, the Board of Selectmen, and the Energy Committee, and especially Tony Connors for the tireless effort in making this happen. The town is taking an idle landfill and transforming it into a revenue-producing asset. This is through the provision the project is going to provide lease revenue as well as tax revenue for the town without any investment from the town itself. Also, it has significant environmental benefits. The project, the green benefit, preserving 660 acres of forest, taking 120 passenger vehicles off, and also it provides electricity for 98 households for 1 year. So once again, I thank you so much, and I look forward to a long-term partnership for 20 years with the town of Westport. We're going to maintain the project for the next years.
Thank you very much for coming this afternoon. It's a project that I've been working on almost since the day I arrived. It's a project that the town of Westport has been working on. And the project went through fits and starts. There were difficult relations. We had difficulty. We actually had a firm selected, not Amerisco, but we had a different firm selected. But then the state and that firm backed out. But there were people who wanted this project to go through, and I've had the pleasure of working on it for the last few years. Most of my interactions has been with Tony Connors. I will say this, first of all, he's the most wonderful human being. Wouldn't you all agree? There are people who you meet and they go their way, you go your way, and you never think about it. But Tony was one of those people who always left an impression with you, and it was always a favorable impression. And he worked with me to try to get this project going. And he persisted. And he was tenacious. And he did it in Tony's very gentle manner. And I really appreciate that, and I enjoyed working with that. So we finally got it so it's ready to go 10 years later. So it's we couldn't have done it without Amerisco, particularly with Cleo, who has been just a wonderful person to work with and to collaborate with. I can't tell you how much pleasure it gave me to be able to work with him. More importantly, this project reduces the footprint, the fossil fuel footprint in Massachusetts. It will reduce it in the town of Westport. There'll be financial benefits for the town of Westport. We're taking an unproductive piece of town property and putting it to a very smart, productive use. But again, I couldn't have done it by myself. I needed other people to do it. But at this time, we're going to be naming the facility. And I gave it a lot of thought. First I thought they ought to name it after me, but
modesty.
But modesty wouldn't let me. But instead, we've decided to honor the person that we think is most deserving, and that is Tony Connors. Anthony Tony Connors of Westport for his valuable contribution to this innovative solar project.
I have a small token of our appreciation here. A little plaque dedicated to you.